Here from Echo Force Studios, and today's Godaddy hosting tutorial. We're going to be focusing on installing WordPress. Unlike last week's video, which was the how to install WordPress on Godaddy using a one-click install, this is the manual install video. If you want to know how to do it doing the one-click install, there'll be a link in the description to that video and at the end. So for this tutorial, you need to go to WordPress.org and obviously log into your Godaddy account and select the domain and hosting which you want to install WordPress on. First of all, you want to go to WordPress.org. Click the download WordPress 3.5.1, which is the latest stable release. Obviously you can find older releases and betas, but for this we're going to use the stable release just to make life easier, and obviously there are betas and 90 builds, as I said. So what you want to do is you just want to click download WordPress, the version. We're going to download it as a zip. The one thing you'll notice different from my download and yours, because I have WordPress already installed from last week's video under a subfolder called WordPress, I have renamed the folder inside the zip, which is called WordPress 2, just to make life a little bit easier for me, and in fact running two different WordPress installs. But for you, just leave it as it is if you want to install WordPress as a sub, so yourdomain.com/WordPress. If you want to install WordPress to the root of your domain, so you go to your domain, it loads up WordPress. Very simple. What you need to do is just extract this to your desktop with the extract all function or 7-zip. Just extract it to the desktop, open them up, highlight all of them, or create a new zip folder, copy all of the contents of this into a zip folder, and upload that to the root of your domain, and it will work perfectly well. I have done a 0 WordPress tutorial on that, but anyway, so for this tutorial we're going to be focusing on installing on a subdomain, as I said. So you've downloaded it, step 1. Logged into your account, I suppose you call that step 1 or step 2. So we want to go to the home page, go to my account, select your domain, which I have done, and over here we have our control panel. For some of you guys it may look slightly different if you're included in their beta program for the new layout, but for this we're going to be working on the current one. If you want to scroll down, obviously we have our options and settings. We want to jump down to tools. Want to jump into our file manager, which will open up in a new tab here. I'm sorry, this may be a bit slow because I'm downloading something on a different machine. Obviously here we have our file manager, which has changed different over the last couple of weeks because I've done redesign stuff. So for this, as you can see, I already have a WordPress install, but because we just want to upload it now, you just want to go upload, add new file, not folder. Obviously you can upload folders as well, which is a nice feature. And we just want to find, be on your desktop or wherever you saved it, you just want to find your WordPress install. So we have WordPress 2 here. We just want to do our zip. Obviously I could upload the WordPress 2 folder, but I'm not going to for this. I'm going to upload the zip to do it how you would. As you can see here, the zip is now uploading. The zip file size, I believe, is around, I think it's 5.18 megabytes, which is fine because we have an upload file size limit of 250 megabytes here. Obviously you have no limit on storage either, which is quite nice. So this is going along. So first thing you've done is download it from WordPress.org, and now you're uploading it. The next thing we're going to do is run our install. For this tutorial I'm not going to create a database because I already have one set up, but for that you just go MySQL, add, put in the relevant credentials, a friendly name, a database name and username, which can be the same. Those two you can have the same. Obviously there are some certain characters. It must start with a letter, it must be 14 characters longer, and then there's some password limitations again, and there's some additional information. You just do that, and then when you come to install your WordPress, which you'll see in a minute, you put in those credentials, the username, the password, and the data, and where it is, just into the login area. As you can see now, or into the form, sorry, as you can see now, we have our WordPress installed, or our zip up. But now once we do, because the zip is there, we want to extract it. So you just want to tick the box. Go up here, you have move, download, privacy, delete. You have more. You just want to go to more. You have rename, duplicate. And want to go extract. Very simple. Select where we want to extract it. For this, we're going to extract into our root, not into a subfolder. We're going to go. We don't need to go write existing files because it will be in a folder. So we're going to go OK. As you can see here, now extracting. I don't know how long it's going to take, obviously, because this is on their server. Shouldn't take very long. So once that's extracted, then we can start our WordPress install. And as you can see here, it is happily extracted. And we have our WordPress 2 folder, or for you, it will be just called WordPress. It will look like that. So for there, we want to go to our website, which is in my case verifiedjoseph.com. We want to go / WordPress 2, which for you again will be WordPress. Just click it up. And obviously, when here, don't seem to have anything to be. Don't seem to be a config file. I need I need this before we can start. Get help. Obviously, there's a help. There is a help site. Remember, at WordPress.com. You need to create a. You can create a config file through the WordPress. It doesn't take much work for all the servers to set up. It's the safest way. The safest way is to manually create the file. So for this, I'm going to do it through the web face. You can manually create it, but this works perfectly well on most services. Again, WordPress is fully supported on Godaddy servers. So we're just going to create a config file. And as you can see here, welcome to WordPress. Before we start, we need to get some information on a database. You need to know the following information for seeding a database: name, username, which are normally the same at Godaddy, database password, database host. The table prefix for this example you do not need to change unless you're running multiple WordPress installations on the same host. For any reason, if the automatic file creation does not work, don't worry. All you need to fill in is the information. That's quite nice. There is an example config called wp-config-example.php in text editor. You just rename it to wp.config.php and do that. But for this, hopefully it'll work for you. Just Google. There should be a video tutorial to do it anyway. It's relatively easy to do. So let's go. What we have now is we have our database things. The ones we're going to leave the table prefix alone. For these, we're going to put in the relevant details. So for me, the database detail we're going to be using is the one here. We're just going to put that in there. That's in there. Obviously, the password I will have to blank out because for some reason, on their own accord, they show you it, which is not really something I'm very happy about with WordPress. The only downside I'd notice is the fact that they show you your password. It's just, it's not something I'm very happy about. So now here we have our hosting, our database host. It's not normally on most people's hosts. It won't be localhost. So for this, you want to jump over and you want to go actions on your thing. There'll be details, and as you can see here, we have somewhere under host name is the details you want to copy. So we're just going to copy this for our host. Obviously, it'll be different for yours, but it'll be the same sort of thing. It'll be there anyway. So just kind of copy that into there. Go submit. This will now test if it's going to run. You see, alright, you've made it through this part of the installation. WordPress is now communicated with the database. If you're ready, the time is now to run the install. So just click run the install very simply. And now it's done that bit. We just need some more information. One is site title. For this, we're going to go test for YouTube. Get the capitals in the right place. Username, for God's sake. After the current botnet that went around a couple of months ago, or a month ago or so, don't leave the username as admin. For this, I'm going to, because I'm going to delete this afterwards, but do not leave that as admin. Whatever you do, change to something you'll remember, but other people won't guess. Password again, obviously don't use admin. Use something that's either medium or strong. For this email, this will just be used to contact you from the site when things go on. It won't be shared publicly, so obviously you can contact me, guys, by that. Privacy, allow search engines to index my site. For this, I'm going to tick no. Untick it because I don't want it turning up on Google, because then Google will index it, and it won't be a bit pointless because it won't exist anymore. So we're going to click, and then once you fill in all these details, obviously these things you can change later. Password you can change, email you can change, username I don't believe you can change it at the moment for some reason. So click install. Once the install's run, as we can see here, success, WordPress has been installed. You expected to move the steps, sorry to disappoint. WordPress is world famous for what they call their 5-minute install, so it's done really easily. There aren't any more steps, there aren't nothing really that you have to do manually apart from upload it and download it. Download it from WordPress.com, or .org, sorry, and then upload it. Very simple, run the install and just click login. Obviously it doesn't show your password there, and we have our email, so click login here. Nicely, unlike other contact management systems, but it doesn't automatically log you in, which I like, because otherwise it leaves you to log in. That can cause some problems if you're using, let's say, a public computer. So we're putting our credentials there, and boom, we have our full WordPress install. It has working WordPress. We've assembled a couple of links for you. So this customize your site, change your theme completely, write your first blog post, add an admin page, view your site, manage widgets, themes, turn comments on and off, learn more about getting started. So there's a nice things here. So for example, we're just going to jump over and actually view our site, and as we can see here, verifyjoseph.com/WordPress2 for you, that'll be WordPress, and we have our WordPress installed. So guys, that's how to install WordPress manually on a GoDaddy hosting server. On the left you'll see a link to last week's video, which is the one-click install, and also to the GoDaddy hosting playlist. Remember to check us out on Twitter at verifyjoseph, Facebook, there'll be a link in the description obviously, and subscribe to our YouTube. So guys, remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you around in the next video.